My name is M.C. Gardner. I first met Greg Stanford after visiting the Kennedy Center for a performance of Mozart's Idomeneo. As a child, I had been a fan of film scores, and as a teenager graduated to the symphonic music that had inspired it. Greg's experience, however, was of an altogether different order. His media room supported a jaw-dropping collection of the whole of operatic history in multiple iterations of its most celebrated offerings. His obvious depth of experience suggested I was about to embark on an extensive voyage of my own. Greg noted that my chief deficit was Wagner. We began in earnest with Wagner's seminal tetralogy, Der Ring des Nibelungen. We were saluted by a local radio station for listening to the terror and ecstasy of its entire 15-hour runtime over a single weekend. Thereafter, we followed up with the remainder of Wagner's remarkable oeuvre. Later, Greg argued that the rapture of Verdi's melodic line was equally worthy of my attention, and along with Puccini's tragedies and Mozart's masterpieces, we were transported to aesthetic ravishments again and again and again. We also shared La Scala's gift to the Kennedy Center in celebration of America's bicentennial. 2 weeks of exquisite productions under the baton of Claudio Abbado. In anticipation of an unparalleled demand, Greg had held a ticket in my name for each of the performances. In the early 80s, he married and embarked on a new life and career as a professor and director of theatrical arts in Madrid. I visited him once as the millennium waned and again as the new century dawned. A few years later, he returned to residency in the U.S. At this juncture, I had launched the literary website AnotherAmerica.net. Shortly thereafter, Greg proofread a 2,000-page compendium that I had written on the life and work of Walt Whitman and the photographic record of Alexander Gardner and the war that they both had sadly shared. The book's 2 volumes were published by Pat Cheney Press as Whitman's Code, a New Bible. Greg also wrote a series of essays concerning his earlier period as the artistic liaison between the Kennedy Center and the illustrious stars that peopled its seasonal repertoires. His original work has been abbreviated for these recordings, but his uncompromised efforts are available under the moniker of Stanford's Operatic Year at AnotherAmerica.net. From Caruso to Carreras, you will be rewarded there and here with his personal encounters with the preeminent performers of that era as well as our own. As Whitman said of Alexander Gardner, I am happy to say of Greg that he is mightily my friend.